Uproar from the hate rally in New York. Ballot boxes set on fire in Washington state. 20 persons left homeless due to fire. Citizens block road due to police shooting, while a round of 16 heat up today. This is Undiluted News. Mikey Bones reporting. Early voting has started, and I urge all who have a vote to go out and vote. This is your chance to prove that you are not a criminal, prove that where you come from is not a garbage heap. Vote so you will see the democratic process continues in this country and the racist among us gets humiliated. Vote for Kamala Harris and every Democrat on that ballot paper. Your children's future depends on it. Meanwhile, a hate rally which was kept in New York on Sunday is causing a lot of pain for the Republican Party after several of the speakers did not hide their true feelings. But now we hear people trying to say we did not hear what we heard or what we heard was supposed to be a joke. Bullfrog say, what is joke for you is dead to me. And here's a snippet from the hate rally on Sunday at Madison Square Garden.
Puerto Rican leaders in Philadelphia expressed outrage over offensive, crude, and racist remarks from comedian Tony Hinchcliffe during former President Donald Trump's rally in Madison Square Garden over the weekend.
I don't know if you guys know this, but there's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah, I think it's called Puerto Rico.
Well, the Puerto Ricans are hitting back, and here is one such Puerto Rican's comment.
On November 5th, we need to show Donald Trump and all his moron friends that Puerto Ricans have a voice and that we matter and that we need to be respected.
And as the election arms house in the United States start to sound like Jamaica, police in Washington state are now investigating how a ballot drop box caught fire early yesterday morning. The ballot box was placed at Fisher's Landing in the city of Vancouver, a 30-minute drive north from Portland, Oregon, and it sits in a congressional district that is expected to play a key role in deciding control of the U.S. House of Representatives. Local news captured footage of gray smoke billowing out of the ballot box and showed first responders tossing flaming ballots onto the ground and putting hundreds of them out. A local election official told the outlet that ballots were last picked up from the drop box on Sunday morning and hundreds of ballots were inside the burning box. Potentially impacting voters have been urged to contact the Clark County Auditor's Office for a new ballot. And it is also said that in East Portland, another ballot box was also set on fire. Over in Jamaica, Mark Golding, the opposition leader and president of the People's National Party, has described the recent surveys that indicate more people are inclined to vote for his party as an unmistakable indication that the public wants a change of administration. According to the most recent Don Anderson poll, 30.2% of respondents said that they would vote for the ruling JLP in an election, while 39.3% said that they would vote for the PNP. Compared to the last Don Anderson survey, which showed the parties in a statistical dead heat, this indicated that the opposition has grown its lead. Meanwhile, if the office of the Prime Minister is given the Ministry of Finance portfolio, the People's National Party claims that it will mount a fierce defense. Dr. Nigel Clark will leave office at midnight tonight, and pressure is growing on Prime Minister Andrew Holness to choose a successor to the Finance Minister, Dr. Clark. Mark Golding, the PNP president and leader of the opposition, warned during a party gathering in Northwest St. Anne on Sunday night that if Mr. Holness takes on the portfolio responsibilities, there will be a significant commotion. He maintained that the ongoing investigation into the financial affairs of the Prime Minister should disqualify him from providing direct oversight of the Finance Ministry, and we totally agree on that part. More than 20 people were left homeless on Monday morning after fire gutted approximately 10 houses in a tenement dwelling on Water Lane in downtown Kingston. Several children are said to be among those affected. Residents said they lost all their belongings in the fire, but the good thing is there was no reported injuries. According to Senior Superintendent Patrick Gooden, the blaze began at 3:53 a.m. in the morning. Gooden said that it took members of the Jamaica Fire Brigade approximately 3 hours to contain the fire, and the cause of the fire is yet to be determined. Meanwhile, irate residents in the Olympic Way in St. Andrew mounted a fiery roadblock for a second day on Monday following the alleged police killing of 19-year-old Jaheim Morrison and the serious injury of another teen on Saturday night. On Sunday, the residents used debris which they had set fire to block the roads. According to residents, around 11 p.m., the teens were riding a motorcycle on Woodpecker Avenue in the community when they were chased by police. And it is reported that the police used their vehicle to hit the teens from the motorcycle before running over Morrison and crashing their service vehicle into a wall. The other teen is said to be in serious condition in hospital, and it is said that the police shot the teens before knocking them off the motorbike. Residents claim that the deceased was a quiet person who mainly spent his time on video sharing platform TikTok. They said this is the second alleged police killing in the community in a little over a year after a man was shot and killed in May of 2023. The Independent Commission of Investigation has now launched a probe into this incident, and this is an interview from the father of the dead youth.
Let's back up a little bit. First of all, who is your son?
Jai Mars and Brandon is my little friend's son. Two of them parked on my 9, two of them traveling on a motorcycle. They went to pay a run of him, but I don't know what the outcome by the police they get involved with them. Because him have him license and him just buy the bike. So I don't know the outcome, but the way they deal with the circumstance, how them deal with it, they don't have to deal with it. So they don't have to lick them like that and deal with it like that.
Where did this happen?
On Woodpecker Avenue, between Woodpecker and Crinkly.
That's last night.
Last night.
Time last night.
My son is died from last night, and the next one now battering for life because them take a shot out of his bottom. Also, he is fighting for his life right now. And my son is pronounced dead from 3:30 this morning.
So they were hit from the vehicle, died, and also shot. That's what you're saying?
Yeah, there was shot before and licked from the vehicle. And
we now move on to sports. Despite being held to a second straight goalless draw, Montego Bay United held on to their lead in the Jamaica Premier League after their stalemate against Portmore United at the Montego Bay Sports Complex on Sunday. Mobay United, who are unbeaten over their last 5 games, all without conceding a goal, are now on 14 points along with Waterhouse, but with a better goal difference. Mount Pleasant FA, meanwhile, snapped a string of 3 straight draws with a 1-0 win over Tivoli Gardens in the second game of a doubleheader at Drax Hall. And the win saw Mount Pleasant move to 12 points from their 6 games played, which is 1 point behind Portmore United. Humber Lions and Dunbeholden both scored their first win of the season, beating Mullines United and Harborview respectively by 1-0 margins. And in last night's game, Chapelton Maroons and Waterhouse played to a 1-all draw, while Racing United and Vere United played to a 1-all draw as well. In schoolboy football in Manning Cup, the Carpers get hot today when 2 powerhouse teams, Kingston College and Wolmer's, clash. Casey's coming from a 6-1 hammering of Heidel, while Wolmer's coming from a 2-all draw with St. Andrew Technical. Another interesting matchup is the unbeaten defending champions Mona will clash with Campion College, who handed St. George's a 3-0 flogging. St. Jago will also face St. George's College today. Jonathan Grant, who lost to Tivoli, will face Eltham, who also lost their first game to Excelsior, while St. Andrew Tech will face Heidel, who were beaten 6-1 by Kingston College. While Calabar, who drew their first game with JC, will lock horns with St. Catherine, who edged Charlie Summit 1-0 over the weekend. And Jamaica College, who is coming off a draw, will face Charlie Summit, who lost their first game 1-0. Tivoli Gardens Comprehensive, who won their first game 5-0, will face Excelsior, who won their first game 3-2. In the Costa Cup second round, Stets will face a woeful Alphonsus Davis, who were beaten 5-0 by Kemps Hill on Saturday. Garvey Massier, who drew with Stets on the weekend, will match up with Kemps Hill. Dintil, who were beaten 4-0 by Glenmore, will face Happy Grove, who were beaten 5-0 by Ocho Rios, while the danger team Glenmore will face another danger team in the likes of Ocho Rios, and this is a game that can go either way. And that's going to be news and sports on your favorite radio station. My name is Mikey Bones. I gone.